Are you lost, old man?
Are we all?
What are you doing here? This place isn't safe.
What do you see when you look at this shattered city? I see my own story in every street. I lived here through every crisis, every revolt and riot, till they tore it away from us.
Afraid I missed all that.
We lost Earth. Soon we'll lose this planet. We lose everything in the end. Maybe that's how it has to be. I left some things in my old hut, valuable things. I couldn't survive a minute on my own. But I'd show you where they're hidden if you would open the way. Just like to go home once more.
Stay here. I'll handle it.
What's up, YouTube? Zero here. Welcome to the place that's going to help you game better. Today, we're going to play No Place Like Home side quest in Outriders. This is a quest you'll get pretty early on in the game. During this video, while you're watching some of the gameplay, I'm actually going to read some of the lore associated with this side quest. So first, I'm going to read the lore associated with the quest giver, Alfred McKellen. We lost Earth. Soon we'll lose this planet. We lose everything in the end. Maybe this is how it has to be. A tortured soul that seems desperate to connect with his past one last time. To see his home in the first city. Alfred McKellen's records register him as 63, though with his hollow eyes and humble demeanor, he easily looks 20 years older. They say he was born in Detroit, a city on a lake in the old United States that was apparently involved in politics. He started as a city council member, ran successfully for mayor, and eventually made his way to Washington, running as a Republican for the House of Representatives. But he would run on whichever side he thought would win. Always savvy and political, it was McKellen's skill at fundraising and palm greasing that assured his passage on the Flores along with his entire family, a wife and 2 girls. He wasn't the only one to bribe his way onto the Flores. While the program depended on a mediocratic system to succeed, some of the ECA's administrators couldn't deny the merit of money. Of course, after departing for Enoch, these rich families would never have to face the wrath of those people left behind, whose seats they'd stolen. But many of those who earned their way onto the Flores represented the presence of so-called bought seats. Not merely because the bought seats' lack of expertise jeopardized the colonization, those who earned their way also had to leave people behind. So that is the lore of Alfred McKellen. You're doing this quest for him so he could get back to his home one more time. At the end of the quest, you can go into his house and find a private journal entry from one of his daughters, Anna McKellen. So let's read this. The ECA reduced everyone's ration allocations for a second time this month, but Alfred has been trading favors with other supervisors to get these extra MREs for our girls. Sorry, this is his wife, not his daughter. They would be going hungry without them, but what am I supposed to say to our neighbors? After services, people noticed that our girls were the only children in the settlement who had the strength to run. By the time I got them to stop, they'd already made a spectacle, burning off energy that none of the rest of them got. Alfred thinks nobody's noticed, but I've heard the whispers. I told him he has to stop, that we aren't special. That the food for our girls are eating comes right out of other people's rations. It's stealing. He promised to stop, but tonight I found one more MREs he'd hidden under the floorboards. My husband's never lied to my face before like that. I know he's trying to protect us, but I'm afraid he's only making things more dangerous, and I can't do anything when he keeps me in the dark. The Settlement Association has requested a meeting tonight. They're saying we got to do something before everyone starves to death. I don't know if I can even show my face. So that is a private journal entry from Anna McKellen, who was Alfred McKellen's wife. And of course, he was hoarding rations for his daughters. You find that throughout the mission. And you can see the gameplay. There are a lot of enemies inside of this area. There is what I like to call one mini boss. He wasn't too hard. He walks very slowly. So if you can keep your distance, if you're a Technomancer, I'm playing as a Technomancer. If you could keep your distance as a Technomancer, you can easily use your skills to keep him at bay, whether you're using the mine, the cryo turret, the rocket launcher like I have. Those are the three that I have, easily able to keep him at bay. If you're using some of the closer range abilities, it's easy as the Trickster or Devastator to kind of get up in his grill because, again, he is a little bit slower, and take him out. Not too bad. What I would worry about is getting yourself into a mix of battle that you may not be able to handle. Again, there are a lot of enemies in full force, so I kind of take a step back. I try to stay away as the Technomancer. I'm trying not to get hit as much as possible, but if you're throwing yourself into the meat of battle as a Trickster or a Devastator, I would just be careful that enemies may spawn behind you. There were times when I thought I had cleared out all of the enemies behind me, and somehow one or two get behind me. I don't know if it's because they spawned behind me or just because I wasn't paying attention enough. I personally like to keep all the enemies on front of me in the battlefield, so that's just something to be aware of, that as you're pushing through, enemies may tend to get behind you. So just be careful of that when you are going through this mission. Other than that, shouldn't be too bad. You should be able to rock this out. No place like home for Alfred. He could get to see his home one last time, and you can learn all of his special stuff that was hidden in his home that he wants to see. Or if you continue watching to the end of this video, you'll hear him talk at the end of the video, because I left that in just in case you did want to see that. Look at these guys. They think they could take me out. Not today. I got a rocket launcher. I am so happy with this skill. Look at that. Blowing them up. Ready at my hands, rocket launcher that I can call in whenever I want. Well, it looks like we took him out. Let's get on to this house. I'm going to shoot to the area where Anna's journal entry is, because this is my second time through the mission. The first time Xbox didn't save my gameplay. I don't know why. I thought I had saved it. It didn't save, but it's no big deal. I ran through it a second time so I could get the gameplay. You can harvest this iron over here, so don't make sure you don't miss that. Then inside of his house, before you wait for Alfred, go into the house, and it's going to be right over here in this area, so you can get that journal entry. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more Outriders content. Till next time, peace.
What happened here? Whose graves are those?
Sarah, Elodie, Michelle. It wasn't their fault. I was picked as a community leader to distribute food. I admit I kept some for ourselves, for my girls. Was I supposed to watch them starve? I traded for favors. Seemed harmless enough. I only took food, but they took everything from me.
Oh. But you told me you had...
Nothing of value here for me but my memories. Take it all. Then go, please. I'll stay here a little longer.